October is Child Abuse Prevention Month, an important time to recognize the role that we can all play in preventing child abuse. This is an important issue which impacts many of us. In fact, 1 in 3 Albertans will experience sexual violence or abuse before they turn 18. Observed annually, Child Abuse Prevention Month is an opportunity to raise awareness about the prevalence of child abuse in our community and empower individuals to become advocates for children in need. In this episode, our conversation focuses on child abuse prevention and what we can all do to prevent abuse in our communities.
Across the prairies, the wind is a constant companion, drifting down from the mountains, across the hills and valleys, forests and plains. The wind is a harbinger of change. It whispers warm breezes across snow-covered winter landscapes and caresses sunny summer evenings. It whips up snow into blizzard frenzies and boils up ominous black clouds of prairie thunderstorms. And if you listen closely, you might hear messages in the wind which speak of hope, change, and renewal. This is Voices in the Wind, a regular broadcast from the Chinook Sexual Assault Centre, where we share news about our mission to end sexual violence and child abuse across southwestern Alberta.
Hi, I'm Brett Brown, one of the Communications and Sustainable Fund Development Officers here at the Chinook Sexual Assault Centre. Welcome to Voices in the Wind, a podcast dedicated to exploring news and information about sexual abuse, sexual violence, and child abuse. First off, I would like to thank Bahuli Enterprises for donating the space to record this podcast. We've been a bit on the move with the podcast in a variety of different locations, and the only thing that's kind of been the same is the plants that we take with us, and that's just a factor of a growing organization with a limited space. So appreciate Bahuli Enterprises for giving us this space. For Voices in the Wind, we often tackle difficult subjects, but our goal is to approach subjects with hope and positivity. We also aim to highlight some of the incredible efforts being made to support those affected by abuse while also providing insights and raising awareness that can inspire real and lasting social change. These are important conversations to have, but we want to be aware that we may touch on subject matter that is uncomfortable or triggering. If you feel like you need help, please reach out to us at 403-694-1094 or the Alberta One line for sexual violence at 1-866-403-8000. You can also visit our website at csacleth.ca. So this October, a number of activities are taking place to promote awareness and raise critical funds for our Chinook Child and Youth Advocacy Centre. For this conversation, we want to highlight the importance of Child Abuse Prevention Month and examine the ways that we can all contribute to preventing abuse. To help us with this, we are joined by Cheryl Patterson. Cheryl is the manager of the Chinook Child and Youth Advocacy Centre, CCYAC, where she leads the coordination of services supporting child and youth who have experienced abuse. With over 20 years' experience in human services, Cheryl has dedicated her career to advocating for vulnerable populations and strengthening trauma-informed practices in child advocacy. In her role at the CCYAC, Cheryl works closely with multidisciplinary partners to ensure a seamless, compassionate, and coordinated response to child abuse cases. She has been instrumental in strengthening interagency collaboration, developing trauma-informed policies, and ensuring best practices in child-focused advocacy. Welcome back to Voices in the Wind, Cheryl.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, always love to have you. So October is Child Abuse Prevention Month. Can you tell me a little bit about why this month is important and some of the things that we can kind of take from the month?
Absolutely. So Child Abuse Prevention Month is a national month dedicated to raising awareness about child abuse and neglect. It's really important because it helps raise that awareness and start conversations. And we know that awareness leads to prevention and early intervention, which promotes better outcomes for children and families.
Okay, awesome. Can you kind of shine a bit of a light on the scope of the problem? Because as we mentioned earlier, it's bigger than most of us would probably realize, and maybe highlight some of the things that need to happen to kind of address this issue.
Sure. So, as mentioned before, the stats are 1 in 3 children under the age of 18 experience some kind of child abuse. And we find that reporting is actually much lower. Because children either don't know how to disclose or share that story, or they don't have the words or the safe space to be able to share that. So it's really about, raising awareness during this month to build that community to support kids and families. Everyone has a role to play in being able to identify and support kids who are experiencing abuse. And it really starts with having those conversations, community education, awareness, and looking out and reporting things if something feels off or we're concerned about a child's well-being.
Okay, awesome. Now, is there a key message or messages that you feel is important to get out during Child Abuse Prevention Month? Because really, it is about awareness in large part.
Yeah, I think it's really that, children deserve to feel safe and supported and cared for, and children thrive when communities are present and paying attention and when they speak up. And so really a key message for this month is to be aware of what the signs are for child abuse, what children may be experiencing, and know where to access supports to get them help.
Very good. So, of course, you're the manager of the Child and Youth Advocacy Centre. Maybe just spend a little bit of time and tell me about the centre and what it is you do and the services that you provide.
Sure. Yeah. So our Child Advocacy Centre is really a safe place for children who experience abuse and their families to come and access supports all from one local kind of hub type center. And so we work very, very closely with our community partners that involve law enforcement and children's services and mental health and medical services to really wrap around and provide the right supports at the right time for the children and families who come to the center. But it's very much a community response.
Thanks for those great answers. Now we're going to take a bit of a break in our conversation, and while we do that, here is Jacqueline Akinkora with Chinook Wins.
Hi, I'm Jacqueline Akinkora, and welcome to Chinook Wins, a monthly summary of news and events at the Chinook Sexual Assault Centre. As you know from our conversation this far, October is Child Abuse Prevention Month, and this marks an important time at the Chinook Sexual Assault Centre as we have a number of events and activities planned. We are also proud to announce a very special tattoo raffle which will take place throughout October. Here's your chance to get inked up and support a great cause. Several local tattoo artists are donating their time and talent to this unique fundraising event. Check out the event section of our website to get your ticket and watch our social media channels to learn more about the talented group of actors participating in the raffle. Also, throughout October, we are partnering with several local businesses to launch our Go Blue campaign for kids. October is a time to display blue as a symbol of awareness, support, and solidarity with children, youth, and families impacted by abuse. Several local businesses are creating a Go Blue item to raise awareness about child abuse prevention and make survivors feel special. These businesses are also donating a part of the proceeds from the sales to support the Chinook Child and Youth Advocacy Centre. Participating businesses include the Jasmine Room, Umami Shop, Founders Cafe and Bakery, Penny Cafe House, Cookies Crime, Ice Creamy, and Little Nicaraguan Coffee Company. They have created some mouth-watering treats that you will want to sample throughout the month. we recently stopped by each of the businesses who shared why they are supporting the Chinook Child and Youth Advocacy Centre.
Hi, my name is David Ubeda. I am co-owner of Little Nicaragua Coffee Company, and we are supporting the Go Blue campaign this year. Here at Little Nicaragua, we're a family-run business, so we really like to give back. My co-owner Dylan and myself have small families, toddlers running around. So in supporting Go Blue means we're really investing in the well-being of our community and the children and families that are in our community, and that's something that Little Nicaragua really believes in doing.
Hi, I'm Kathleen from the Jasmine Room, and Going Blue is our way of showing hope, solidarity, and a commitment to ending child abuse.
We chose to support the Chinook Child and Youth Advocacy Center's Go Blue for Kids campaign because we believe that children that have a rich childhood grow up to be well-adjusted people, and the best route to a better future is to invest in them now.
Hey, I'm Jake Ramsell from the Penny Coffee House, and today we are participating in the Chinook Child Youth Advocacy Center's Go Blue for Kids campaign because raising awareness for child abuse prevention helps break the cycle of child abuse and remind us of our responsibility to protect and empower children.
Hi, my name is Dallas. I'm the owner of Founders Cafe, and we are joining the Go Blue campaign, which is a campaign to raise awareness and support for programming of the Chinook Child and Youth Center because we feel that partnerships make prevention stronger.
Today I'm here to present to you the drink that we are doing in support of the Chinook Child and Youth Advocacy Centre. Umami Shop is all about community, and protecting kids reflects who we are as a business and as community members. So for every drink that you support or you buy, proceeds will go towards that. So we have this beautiful umami flavored blueberry vanilla bubble tea. All right, so hopefully you come and support us and support the center. Thank you.
As mentioned earlier, blue is an important color during Child Abuse Prevention Month. During October, our friends at New Light Electric are encouraging you to turn your lights to blue to promote the Child Abuse Prevention Month. The official Go Blue Day is October 24th, when everyone is encouraged to wear blue to promote awareness, support, and solidarity with children, youth, and families impacted by abuse. On that day, the lights at the City Hall will also turn blue in recognition of this initiative. Finally, to wrap up October, we are carving out some fun for Halloween. When you and your family sit down to carve your pumpkin, keep us in mind. We want to celebrate your creativity this spooky season with a special Halloween pumpkin carving contest. When you have finished carving your pumpkin, take a picture, post it on social media, and tag us on Facebook or Instagram. We will choose one lucky winner from those that tag us to win a Halloween prize. That's the way the wind is blowing this month. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, Jacqueline. So, as Jacqueline mentioned in our Chinook Wind segment, there are a number of events and activities planned locally during Child Abuse Prevention Month. Can you tell me a little bit about how important community involvement is at this time of year?
Community support is really critical. It really helps reinforce that it's not the role of one agency or one individual to keep children safe, and that we all have a role to play. And so when we participate in Child Abuse Prevention Month and we help have those conversations and raise awareness, it gives people the skills and tools to know what to do and to really share that message that everyone has a role to play in keeping kids safe.
Okay. Now, along that line, I guess, can you maybe share what are some of the signs of abuse and what people should be aware of, and then going further with that, what they should do if they do suspect abuse?
There are many different signs that may indicate something's off or something's wrong, and it's really important to acknowledge that the presence of one sign doesn't mean that child abuse is happening. It usually happens, we see the signs in clusters, and so there's multiple things happening or that we're able to see. So some of the generalized signs that someone may see are things like extreme change in appearance or behavior from a child, or they are displaying injuries that don't quite match the story that they've told on how they get those injuries. Children may verbalize fear of certain people or certain places, or they may accidentally disclose something, not being aware that they're sharing that information. So there's many different signs, and what's really critical to note is that we may not always have it right, and we don't have to have proof. It's really about trusting our gut instinct, and if something feels off, it's always better to report it than not report it. I mean, the biggest risk is that you're going to be wrong and that child's safe and everything's okay. But when our concerns go unreported, we're potentially leaving a child at risk. So if you feel something, you see something, you should say something. When we say something, what does that mean? And really what we're looking for is to report. Everyone has a responsibility to keep children safe, and we have a responsibility to report if we suspect child abuse as well. So that's really about contacting Children's Service Authority or your local law enforcement detachment to make that call and share what you've seen, heard.
Yeah, and that's really important. I think a lot of times people they have a feeling or whatever, but they don't want to get involved. But it's really important that they do that.
Yeah, and when people, if they're really concerned and they're not quite sure if reporting is the right thing, they can reach out to us as well, and we can help walk them through that process and support them. So we don't only support children and families, but we can support our community in making those reports.
Okay, very good. Now, finally, can we talk a little bit about the actual, because we provide services to children and youth at the center, but let's talk a little bit about some of the stuff that we do to kind of prevent child abuse. And I'm thinking about some of the awareness and educational stuff that we do out in the community. And can you kind of share a little bit about that?
Sure, yeah. We do a lot of community education, professional education. So we work closely with community partners and with schools and educators and wellness teams to really make sure that the most evidence-based and up-to-date information about child abuse is out there and support them in how to respond and receive disclosures. We have school programs for children as well. So one of our programs is Who Do You Tell? That we offer to grades kindergarten to 6, really about what are those speak and keep secrets, and when do we need to tell someone and get help from an adult. And then we have school programs for older students as well that really focus on consent and boundaries and healthy relationships.
Okay, that's good. I really want to thank you for joining us here on Voices in the Wind and taking the time to do that. That wraps up our episode. Thanks so much to Cheryl for joining us on the podcast, and to our viewers, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed our conversation. Please join us again next month for another great episode. In the meantime, to learn more about the Chinook Sexual Assault Centre, please visit csacleth.ca or call us at 403-694-1094. If you need help, you can also contact Alberta's one line for sexual violence at 1-866-403-8000. Thanks again for watching. See you again soon for another edition of Voices in the Wind.